Okay. Are we good? Can you see that?
You look good. Yep,
All
you're good.
right. So welcome tonight, District 14C Zone Chair Seminar. I took a file from 2021 and updated it. Hopefully I got everything tonight. If not, I'll try to correct it. I have put some goals in here that really won't be approved until Sunday. So they could change, but we're going to go with them for now. So I want to look at the objectives here tonight. Describe zone chair roles, review zone chair responsibilities, identify and locate zone chair person resources, become familiar with district goals for the club year, and learn my protocol and expectations. Well, really, it's the district's protocol for zone chairs. And it sounds like a lot, but don't be intimidated by it. Don't be overwhelmed with anything you see here tonight. It's not as bad as you may go away thinking. Just let it settle in a little bit. The roles of a zone chairperson. How does a zone chair fit into the organizational structure of Lions Club? Well, there are people within the district that can tell you more than I can, but especially for new people, this is what they ask. How do I fit in? Uh, and what do I do? Okay. The zone chair is the link between the clubs and the district. Uh, I've heard some people already talking, and they may be talking to a past district governor or a district governor from another district, even or something, and they'll say, I'm just the zone chair. You're not just the zone chair. This is a very important link. The district governor's success of the year depends on having good zone chairs. So you're not just the zone chair, you're an important part of the district. Zone chairperson and the global action team, they work together. Now, the pin here to the right just has leadership, membership, and service, but disseminating the information on all those as a zone chair, you're a key member of that global action team. This is kind of a little outdated. I don't know. I could have probably searched and found a newer one. If you're looking at the purple areas, region chairperson, it says optional. Our district does not have region chairpersons. So the zone chair would actually slide up there in straight line. But you can also draw that purple line out and attach it to the global action team. And it now includes the GET, the Global Extension Team as well. When we did this, the last time this was done, it was called NAMI. Well, it's been renamed since then. But you can see the different entities within the district. A lot of people have no idea how many committees there are. I contacted over 60 people saying, will you serve on my 2024-25 year team? So it's much more than just the cabinet. Uh, and this is a little different way of looking at it. Um, Basically, the same information, uh, but it breaks down the global action team. What are the responsibilities of the zone chair? What exactly is a zone chair supposed to do? Uh, I heard one person say, I don't understand what a zone chair does. Well, they must not have seen the presentation the last couple of years. There are 14 responsibilities specified in the standard form district constitution and bylaws. And you might say, oh, don't tell me I got to read them. Well, we're going to try to pull them out tonight. And don't be overwhelmed by that 14. Just try to catch the concepts of what we're sharing here tonight. There are links in here as well, as you can see. The zone chairperson is subject to supervision, direction of the district governor and or his regional chairperson. So they shall be the chief administrative officer in his or her zone. Okay. So however many clubs are in your zone, you are when you have a zone chair meeting, it's actually you're the administrative officer for your zone. The zone chairperson is a member of the district global action team. Whoops, only two. Further, the purpose of this association serve as the chairperson of the district governor's advisory committee in his or her zone, and as such chairperson to call regular meetings of said committee. Now, you can have a special meeting anytime you want to. Typically, you have 3 to 4 a year. And when you have these meetings, it's quite all right to invite the GMT, the GLT, the GST to your meetings. Give them 15-minute, 20-minute window to talk. My first year as zone chair, I had all three of them come to my zone. Number one, besides disseminating information from the district down to the clubs and from the clubs back to the district, you're allowing you don't need to have a program or speech of your own. They can do a presentation, and that way your meeting has something informative. Make a report of each district governor's advisory committee meeting. All right. If you're new, existing zone chairs will help you out with that. And it has on here people that you send copies to, your district governor and the action team coordinators. Promote the club's quality of initiative to the clubs within the zone. In coordination with the GMT distributor coordinator, play an active role in organizing new clubs and keeping informed on the activities and well-being of all clubs. Does this mean you have to go get the new clubs? No, it's saying be aware and be a part of it. Don't be afraid to make suggestions. In coordination with the GLT district coordinator, play an active role in supporting leadership initiatives by informing lines within the zone. In coordination with the GST, play an active role in promoting global service initiatives. So you're presenting activities that could be happening within the district, within the multiple district. And if you go to state convention, if you go to district convention and state convention, you'll hear them talk about some of these opportunities. Represent each club in his or her zone and any problems with the district. Don't let it be a surprise to your district governor if they're having issues. One of the clubs in my zone had an issue, and a member of that club actually came to me did an end around the president and everything, but the president was aware of it, and so 3 or 4 of us kept it in confidence, and it's been resolved, the situations, and it had to do with bringing in a new member. Supervise the progress that's going on. So, pass that information on. Endeavor to have every club within your zone operate under duly adopted constitution and bylaws. Every club should have that. Promote representation in international district conventions by at least the full quota of delegates to which clubs in his or her zone are entitled. At district convention, not all the people that were entitled to vote casted a vote. If your club is designated so many votes, your vote's important. So you should delegate and see that someone brings that to the meeting. Visit a regular meeting of each club. My first or second zone chair year, I visited all 7 clubs. Once with the district governor, once without the district governor. And it's just good for rapport. It's good for building relationships. And uh, it's part of what you should be doing to become familiar with the people within your zone. I made it my own goal as first vice district governor to visit all the zone meetings. I tried to make all the zone meeting, one of for each zone within the district during the year. Um, Form other actions and functions by the directives of the International Board of Directors. So things can get passed down from way up on top, and it gets to state, it gets to multi-district, it gets to district, and then it gets to the clubs. Identify and locate zone chairperson resources. It's good to tap into these resources. You don't have to know everything. Even people with a doctor's degree from Lyons University don't know 100% of everything. There's too much to know. But take advantage of what is there. And so if you count these, you can see there, I think there's like 45 different resources out there, depending on what you might be interested in. Zone and region meetings, there's 5 in there. So tap into these online resources. Don't be afraid to approach your peers, whether it be the district governor or chairs or cabinet member or an existing zone chair member. They're there to help you. You can even talk to past zone chairs if you wish. But a lot of your first year is learning everything. And so don't feel like you failed at the end of the year because you say, well, I don't know it all yet. Well, it takes time. So be patient with it. Become familiar with the district goals for this coming year. What do we hope to accomplish as a district this year? So I have worked, I'm working on 5 different action plans. Each one of them has their own thing to deal with. Membership, service, leadership, LCIF. Um, I have a 5th spreadsheet, so I'm not sure if it's a division of 2 of these. Well, there's only 4 listed here, but it's a lot of things to coordinate during the year. Membership. District 14C will charter 1 new Lions Club and 1 branch or specialty club with a net gain of 36 members. This is like, oh, sure, you want me to eat an elephant, right? 36 members? Well, now just keep that in the back of your mind. As you're aware, we're in Mission 1.5. If we are going to meet that over the next 3 years, every club on planet Earth or every district in planet Earth needs to step up their game plan a little. What we've done in the past isn't going to get us there. 1 new Lions Club is not, or 1 branch or specialty club, that's not unattainable. Monday night, I attended a board council meeting and a township meeting locally here because I have my eye on a new club within my zone. And I wanted them to know who lines were, what we were doing, that if I'm in their area, I'm not soliciting, we're nonprofit, I'm not selling. You know, actually they're going to benefit if we start a club, okay? This is not in my action plan until July, but I want to get a jump on it early. So zone chairs and key leaders can provide possible locations for this. And we have 18 guiding lions. So we have enough to go around if we start new clubs.
Galen, can we pause there for
Yes.
just a second
Okay.
before you go on there? This is more just for John's background with that. You might remember from the um, district convention that the Vice District Governor Doug talked about branch clubs at the various senior facilities like the Spirit Trust
Right.
facilities. We have one that's in place now and leads on one or two more that we keep working at. It's been a slow process, but that's going to be a possibility. Plus, up in the Carlisle area, there's uh, one that where past District Governor Dan Brandt is living. They'd like to get one there. So this isn't even if we don't get a new Lions Club, we may end up with just as things keep rolling, we could end up with maybe two or three new branch clubs going on. So it's just that kind of thing to keep plugging away at it. And then the reason for the guiding lions is that a new club is supposed to have a guiding lion that works with them for 2 years, I think it is, maybe, to get them up and running and be sort of an advisor to the club.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, a branch or specialty club is not chartered, so they're actually under the wing of an existing club that sponsors them. But the guiding line helps them establish their own officers and establish their own meetings, establish some projects and service things. And so that's we're like coaches going in to help them grow until they can have enough members to become a chartered club on their own. Yeah.
I'm
Have
kind of
we ever?
thinking
Go
I'm kind
ahead.
of thinking the Dillsburg Distillery Club, branch club could be a good idea.
Well, that could be one, but I was thinking, have we tried branch clubs in the colleges? Well, Messiah
Uh,
University is right on our border. It's also on Mechanicsburg's border, but that's in their area. But
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
some people are even getting a specialty club like with a library, where they
okay,
might have some community people or some lions that are maybe willing to go in and read to kids or something, and then people within the library become active with it as well. So there's all kind. You got to get outside the box on this. This isn't
okay,
for lions of 40 years ago. No.
Well, and
Okay.
got it.
specific to what you're asking, John, there are campus clubs that have been established. That's not an unusual thing to do. In fact, I had started to right before COVID started to work on a possibility at the Hack campus in Gettysburg.
Right.
But yeah, that's and there's different ways that that can be structured. It could be because of the age range. If you wanted to focus on students, it could be a Leo club, but an Omega Leo club. But more often, they just do a regular Lions club. There's a lot of turnover with the students are involved, but if you have a combination of students and faculty and staff from the college, you can have a core group of people who are continuous, and then students can roll in or out. And former Leos are great candidates for a campus Lions Club. So yes, that's definitely something that could be pursued.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Last year at state convention in Indiana, Pennsylvania, one of the speakers said about, just be out among people. And they would find these kids, maybe on a play yard or something and say, what do you like to do? Well, we like to play checkers. And so they would come back to the park maybe again and bring checkers with them. And finally, after they did this a while, parents said, hey, what's going on here? And parents showed up. And so you might the parents could start a specialty club on playing checkers or something. or you could go into a nursing home and find people that like to knit. And so they could have their own time, get together twice a week and knit, and that could be a specialty club. So, it's an open opportunity. We just need to have our brains open to think about them. So, okay.
Sounds good.
Let me move on to the next goal. Membership. Lions in District 14C will induct at least, let me move this. Yeah, I need to move our pictures here. At least 110 new members. Well, this is only up 10. Provide zone chairs with necessary information, brochures to do it. Okay, so again, a lot of this stuff's online. If you don't know where to find it, contact the district GA team under membership, or contact me. We'll make it happen. Number 34 or number 3, lose no more than 74 members. And you say, what? Well, now this is 74 members. All right. Some die, some move to Florida, some just drop out. In some cases, a whole club may go away. So I've actually updated this from 70 to 74. And if you take 74 from 110, you get the 36 that is in my plan. So zone chairs need to have the information and tools they need, and continue a district-wide orientation for new members twice a year. The zone chair does not have to do that. They just need to invite their clubs to be on the ones that we sponsor on Zoom, and they can tune in. So the district GET will develop a list of strategies to promote awareness of Lions service by clubs in their community. Create a survey for clubs, provide training. So some of these have work plans, some do not. Some do not really need one, as you'll see. Service. At least 95% of the clubs will report service delivered. I know I'd like to see this be 100, and if we are, great. But with the new portal and everything, if we can get 95 in there, I'll be out here dancing in the yard in the rain, because that's so important that we do that. I was so pleased on our portal training that a person in my own zone that was struggling was in on that. And she probably took 20 pages of notes because she's a big note taker. And I went to her house and tried to help her with it, but she struggles with it. So if you know somebody within your zone that's struggling with reporting, either you offer to get them help or contact somebody who will get them help. So we want them to be getting something entered, hopefully everything, but at least a few things. That's a start. Develop plans to assist these clubs. District-wide or zone-wide service projects for diabetes awareness and childhood cancer will be organized and conducted throughout the district in the spring of 2025 in Dan Brandt's district governor year, 21-22. Diabetes awareness, he come up with having some things in each county for that. Some went very well, some didn't go so well. Doesn't mean they can't be continued. Childhood cancer is one of my pet projects, and so I'd like to get something going on that, whether it's to disseminate information, if it's bringing 4 diamonds in, if it's having a fundraiser. How will it look? I don't know yet. Will we do it district-wide, county-wide? It could be done zone-wide, or individual clubs can do it. Again, not a lot of detail on that right now. Appoint co-chairs and chairs and co-chairs. So that needs to be developed, and it all works through the Global Action Team. Leadership. District 14C will conduct both club officers, zone chair, and district training. The district GLT will report training once it's over. GLT has been appointed, district GLT has been appointed for next year. They'll develop a preliminary plan and present it to the GAP team and schedule people to facilitate the Zoom sessions as well as report on it. LCIF, 100% of clubs in District 14C will make a donation. No excuse. You know, if your club says we don't have a lot of funds, you know, put a jar out and let people put their change in every time you meet, and then turn that in. You know, encourage people within the club to donate it as an individual. They don't have to do it through the club. Typically, a lot of people will present the district governor with a contribution during his visit. I'd like to see it go up 20% this year. I'll have to look at the numbers to see what that means, but that's my goal, to see it go up. Protocols and expectations, it's not a big deal. Dress, district governor visits, committee meetings, zone chair manual, all these things fall under there. Multiple district officials, Lions green and white polo shirt is acceptable for a lot of these things. If you don't have one, they're available through the state office to be used for cabinet meetings, DG visits, DG advisory committee meetings. It goes well with gray from November through April and white or khaki slacks in May through October. Those are Pennsylvania colors. District governor visits. Oops, only two. Coordinate travel and set up. Well, travel sometimes as a zone chair. I would take Dan Brandt, and I took him for my own reasons. But as a zone chair, you should be introducing the district governor, or one of the VDGs should be introducing the district governor. So they would be there anyway. Set up, you know, when you go in, make sure there's a table for the projector, whatever. You know, these things all help take away the time the district governor needs to commit to that. He can be talking to people at the club meeting. Schedule at least 3 meetings, normally following the cabinet meeting in August, November, and February, and there should be preset year to year. So when a new district directory comes out, they should be preset based on last year's. And again, invite these people to attend and contribute. Encourage clubs to prepare for the meeting. And there is a worksheet that can be used as well.
Galen, on that, as far as the dates, John, I just want to say I take care of the directory. So if you can start to look at those dates, look at I don't know if you have a copy of the current directory or not, but you could probably kind of mirror your dates off of the dates that Mike had set up for this past year, and kind of what works for your zone. But if you can get those to me by mid-June, that would be great. Then I can get them into the directory.
Okay, I don't have one, but I can get one from Brian Radcliffe, our club secretary.
Okay.
Yeah. Typically, people will do it the week after. Um, and I know from my own zone, it's like the Wednesday after, except in November, where if it falls on the night before Thanksgiving, we switch it to the week after.
Okay,
Because attendance is poor on Thanksgiving Eve, you know.
right.
So, you know, look at last year's dates, see where they hit this year. And
And where do
if
you
you,
hold them? Where do you hold the meeting virtually, or do you hold it at a
well,
location?
each zone would typically try to find a location. I know in my zone we held it at a firehouse where um, one of the clubs met, and so it was conducive and convenient. There are times you may want to do it by Zoom, and that's something you customize based on what the expectations of the clubs are. What did they do last year? Um, and typically uh, the wherever the district or wherever the zone chair is from, then those clubs find a meeting place. Yeah.
Got it.
And if you want to do a Zoom meeting, just contact me. I manage the district Zoom account, and I can set that up for you.
Okay, thank you.
And so it says District Governor Advisory Committee meetings. Well, that's your zone chair meeting, just different name to it. Report on the meeting, use an advisory committee meeting report. So those are available. Um, if you can't find it, let one of us know. Or if another zone chair or the previous zone chair does not share it with you, you know, you'll learn to collect some of these templates and just keep them archived, and they're all editable and you can customize them and save them and see what you did the previous time. There is a
Got it.
zone chair manual. I'm sorry.
I said got it. I understand.
Okay. There is a zone chair manual. It's a little outdated. We will still pass them on. The online information is so good now. A lot of people don't want to go to a three-ring binder, but they do exist. And so the GLT could collect, for example, the second one up there says bios need to be updated. The GLT uh, could provide the current or the incoming uh, district governor chairs with their bios so that you have them, so that you can introduce them, no matter which one of the three it is. If they show up with the district governor, you can introduce them, who introduces the district governor. Uh, it would also be good to have the district governor's bio, you know, in case nobody showed, there was something went wrong and nobody showed, that you're able to introduce them. Yeah. Um, so we'll see how much Jay wants to update out of that. We will pass them on. Zone chairs, keep them for however long they're zone chair. Um, so you should be getting one from the previous zone chair. If you do not, let me know. Um, the manual is for your use in the work for the zone, and it's a reference point. Some people, especially my generation, like the feel of paper pages. It is digital. If you wanted to search it online, you could as well. Or you could take the topic and go to Lions LCI and get the same information. There is room to put additional information in the back. Uh, any questions on the manual itself?
I think I understand.
Yeah. So here's my cell phone number. Everybody's on obviously on my name card, which I will try to get out to everybody at their first cabinet meeting. But everybody should have this without even having to look it up. So my cell phone is always open for communication. Use the other resources of your global action team. Additional zone chair support meetings may be scheduled throughout the year. You know, if the two of you coming in saying, I want to meet with you one-on-one, or well, one-on-two, but you get the point, the idea here. So attend cabinet meetings, tune in to GAP meetings, which are usually on Zoom. Part of that I like. I miss the food when we met in person. I miss, the shaking hands and greetings. That's a little harder to do on Zoom, but Zoom is really convenient. It's probably here to stay. Any questions?
I think I understand. I
Okay.
have a lot of I have
Hopefully,
a lot of reading to do between now and then.
well, yeah, a little bit at a time. Don't try to do it before the weekend, You won't
Okay.
get it done. Describe zone chair roles, responsibilities, identify and locate zone chair person resources, become familiar with uh, the club year district goals. They are goals that I present, but then they become the district's goals, not my goals. They are district goals. Um, and looky there, Dan still got in there, didn't he? I will change that. Slide 41. I will change that. Uh, so learn from my protocols and expectations for zone chair. Um, and I thank you for your attention and attendance. Any other
Thank
question?
thank you. It was I learned something tonight. That was good.
Yeah. Anybody else catch anything wrong in there? I had Dan Brandt look at this. I've looked at it the last 3 days. I printed it out and looked at it as a printout, and still on page 41, Dan's still in there. But I will correct it before I send out PDFs of it. Yeah, not everybody has PowerPoint, so I typically send it as a PDF, and if they say, "Can you send me the PowerPoint?" Well, this one gets pretty big, so I actually it's not as big as the one I did from last week. Um, and so if somebody wants the PowerPoint, I have to put it up in Dropbox and send them an invite to download it. And just for your sake, PDG Dennis. The one I put up there from last week where I combined everything, both mine and um, PDG carries. Tomorrow will be its last day on Dropbox if you haven't downloaded it.
Okay.
Okay. I can put it up again, but it'll go away. Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate those that were on tonight. And John, congratulations. Look forward to
That,
working with you.
well, thank you.
Yeah,
I look
thank
forward to working with you. It sounds like it's going to be interesting.
yeah, thank you
Well,
for stepping up to do the take on this role or whatever. The first year is really a learning curve. So yeah, definitely check in with any of us anytime for whatever assistance we can give you. We'll be happy to help.
Thank you.
yeah.
I'm
E-
still learning which clubs I am responsible for.
even your second year, you'll have questions. Yeah,
I'm sure I will.
guaranteed. And you can stay for 3 years. That's okay. We have two that are working overtime next club year. They're beyond their 3 years. We have people that may take their place in the next club year, but they wouldn't take it this year. So they've graciously agreed to stay on my team. All
Yeah,
right. Thank you all.
thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Galen.
See ya. Bye.